Steps to incorporate a mindful approach to connecting with cannabis. There are 3 steps in understanding how cannabis works in the human experience. First thing to note is that cannabis is a feminine medicine. What do we mean by that? The plant, the cannabis plant that we smoke that has the THC that gets us high, that is the feminine plant. So you are getting your medicinal benefits, your healing, your euphoria, your pain relief, all of these wonderful effects from a feminine in plant form. Second thing to note about how cannabis works in the human experience is that cannabis acts as a mirror, similar to how, for example, water acts as a mirror. You can speak over your water, charge your water. You can charge your water through a singing bowl or through other means, for example. And water will act as a mirror, and it will actually hold the memory from whatever you are putting into it, whatever intentions you're putting into the water. Cannabis is similar to that. So it acts as a mirror. So for example, let's say you smoke a strain you've never smoked before and you start to feel anxious out of nowhere, or you think about an old memory that maybe get some emotions stirred up in you. So cannabis is going to bring out, what's inside of you and act as a mirror, as your guide to healing. So the reason why a lot of people are turned away from using cannabis is because they didn't go into it with a specific intention, or they did not consume it with, mindful approach. So that's why we're talking about this today. So thirdly, cannabis acts as an imagination medicine. What does that mean? So obviously, if you've consumed cannabis before, you know that it can be very euphoric. It can open your mind and kind of expand your awareness. It actually opens up your energy centers or your chakras. So that's why you get a more heightened sensory awareness when you are high. So it's an imagination medicine. Basically what this means is you can use these effects to help reprogram your mind with your imaginative, creative spark, the inspiration that you get from cannabis. Because the mind is powerful, and we can use cannabis as a tool to better help our cognitive processes, the way we talk to ourselves, the way we manifest things, all of these things, right? So a lot of things that I like to do, for example, let's say I want to take a relaxing spiritual bath. I like to do those. So I'll have everything set out. I got my crystals, got my sage, all of the things, right? And I will smoke before I get in. And then I will start setting my intention for that session that I'm, creating to connect with cannabis. So I will have my book of affirmations out. I have literally pages and pages of positive affirmations that I like to read. And I will do that while I'm sitting in the bathtub. I'll do breath work. I'll just meditate in silence. I might listen to something that is positive or something that is for self-development. It's all about your intention and the actual experience that you create for yourself. So this is about taking ownership of your experience with cannabis in a more mindful way. So that was the 3 steps in understanding how cannabis works in the human experience. I will just kind of briefly go over all three one more time, because I know Miss Beauty, who burns, I know you kind of jumped in somewhere in between that. So just briefly, 1 was cannabis is a feminine medicine. 2, cannabis acts as a mirror. And 3, cannabis acts as an imagination medicine.